Here's an interesting question from a viewer who says, can you make an instructional video for public domain art to sell on Etsy as print on demand has different sizing? So here's an example. We've got 2x3, 3x4, 4x5, and 11x14. I'll show you what they mean here. When you go onto Etsy, you can see here it's a New York City travel print set of 3. And it's a digital download for about $8. It's 20 plus views in the last 24 hours. And when you scroll on down, you'll see that there's PDFs and then there's instructions, but you'll see there's JPEG files here, 4:6 ratio, 3:4 ratio, 4:5 ratio, and then there's different sizes here, including 11:14. So in this video, I'm going to walk through how you can take an image and you can resize it specifically for the purposes of selling a digital download, or if you'd like to print it yourself. Okay, so strategy number 1 is to use a matte in your design. So here's what I mean. I'm in Photoshop, but you could use Affinity Photo or Inkscape. It doesn't really matter. I'm just picking this because I'm comfortable with it. I'm going to go to File and Place. Okay, and here's the original image that I'm going to use. It's a public domain image of the flag raising at Iwo Jima. Now I'm going to make it as large as possible, but as you can see, it's got a mat around it because it's an actual physical photograph of a print. So one idea that you can do here is that you can just take as close to the edge as possible. I'm going to take this here and then copy it. So Control C, Control V. And then I'm just going to remove now the extraneous parts on the outside. So now what I've got is just this picture. Now I'm going to try to get it as large as possible, but it may not match exactly to 11:14. You'll see there's a bit of space here. So for an 11:14 image, this wouldn't be ideal because I've got space just on the sides, but not also on the top and the bottom. So what you may want to do is shorten it up and just embrace that. I'm going to add in a layer underneath. I'm going to make it black, and then I'm going to fill it. And now I'm just going to make these two align. So you may just want to sell the design like that. So it's an 11:14, but it's got a mat on it already. And this black piece would actually be part of the digital download. Some people like this. It's tough because you can't make it any wider or any taller. You're kind of stuck with the ratio. And because there's text at the bottom, you can't just shave it off. The American flag, you can't shave it off. It's a great looking photo, but you can't change it. The next strategy is removing the color. So here's an example of a public domain print that I really like, but the size that I want to make it is 11:14. So how do I do that? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is remove the outer rim here, which is the white mat. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to put my eraser to nice and big size, and I'm going to remove out the frame around it as well. So that leaves me now with a pretty good looking, clean New York print. So you'll notice here on the print that there's black or a very dark gray on the left, and there's a very dark gray on the right. I'm going to use my eyedropper tool and take a snapshot of that color. You'll see it populates here in my palette. And now I'm simply going to remove out that color. So I'm going to remove it here, and I'm going to remove it here. Now I'm going to create a layer underneath, and I'm going to fill it with that color. So you'll see, other than a couple little white lines here, which I can get rid of pretty easily, I'm going to grab my eraser tool, and I'm just going to skimmy it on down here. That looks pretty good. I've essentially made it more gray on the outside. You may want to crop the bottom. So here's a little bonus tip. If you see little bits of shavings here at the bottom, you may just want to grab it and just delete it. So you make a clean edge on it, and then you can just make it a tiny bit bigger down to the bottom. So people don't know what they don't see. So if you'd never have seen this before, you'd never know that there was an issue there. The third strategy involves cropping. And this is useful if you don't have text at the top. So here in my image here, you've got no text at the top or no text at the bottom. So this is an 11:14 inch canvas, but you'll see the painting is not 11:14 inches. So the easiest thing you could do is just bring this out a little bit at the bottom and a little bit at the top to make it an 11:14 image. Most people who are not art aficionados would not know or care that this is not exactly the entire painting. Now this can get tricky if you're trying to radically alter the dimensions of the print. So for example, if you wanted to have something that was long and thin the other way, then what I would recommend you do is you just abandon all hope of trying to recreate the entire painting, and you just run it like, for example, like this. So I'm going to copy this and paste it, and we'll see now I've got just this as my design. And if you're going to make something long and skinny, make sure you typically have the face in there. Another way you can crop in Photoshop or Affinity Photo is you can add a shape in. So for example, I'm going to make this round and I'm going to put this just underneath the picture, and now I can crop it just like that. This is a pretty common technique. It's called a layer mask. And so using this, you can just radically change it. This is great for stickers, or this is great for some sort of a fine art print, because now you could completely change the background and make it unique, right? So here, for example, just like that. Now this is 11 by 14, but I've just abandoned the background and I've cropped this to make it a really funky picture. You can actually do this with all sorts of sizes and all sorts of shapes. It doesn't have to be a circle. Here I've got a heart, and I can make the Mona Lisa now the size of the heart. I'm just gonna make the heart a bit smaller here so that it fits inside the painting. And I can crop it just like that. So now I can move this around. I can make sure this fits. I'll merge these two together, and now I can simply move this around and make it nice and big. And so again, you can make something very unique by cropping the design and having it fit inside of an 11 by 14, for example. I really hope you found this video helpful. Here's another video on how you can have some fun with different art techniques.